Evening, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday night mindfulness Zen. Tonight, I'd like to practice our breath again. And you may wonder why, we're doing this. That's actually because most of us, including myself, when I was younger, we actually don't breathe very well or breathe correctly, according to the ancient wisdom and also now the scientific evidence. Basically, we breathe too fast. Normal everyday lives nowadays, we're breathing between around 12 or 13 to 18 times a minute, or sometimes even more. And when we breathe at this rate, this fairly fast rate, like 12, 15 times a minute, that means 12 times a minute really means that in each 10 seconds you're breathing twice. It's pretty fast. So what it does is that we actually we basically only take in about 25% of the oxygen that we breathe in. We absorb only that. And the rest of it we breathe out again, because we're doing it so fast that the body, or the small sacs at the end where the air goes, at the air sacs in our lungs called alveoli, don't have time to absorb the oxygen. So the key to breathing well is to breathe more slowly and also more gently. So when you breathe, it's very important to use our nose, and it's something that has been taught from ancient times. The old Taoists, the Buddhists, all the ancient religions always teach you breathe through your nose, not through your mouth, because actually there are a lot of advantages of breathing through your nose, and your mouth is not really for breathing, it's your nose. In ancient Japan, the samurai warriors, somebody who want to join the samurais, they would test them by taking a little feather and putting it under their nose and tell them to breathe. If the feather moved, when they breathed, they were not allowed to join, to kick them out. So that's about how we should breathe, very gently, and certainly more slowly than we're doing nowadays, so that we can actually make the most of it. So I'd like to first get acquainted with our breath again. Take one palm of your hand and put it on your lower belly with your thumb just below your navel. Then breathe in slowly. Allow your air to go in all the way down to your lower belly, like you're filling a balloon. This is we're exercising our diaphragm. And as we breathe out, I'm making a sound so they can hear. Breathe out, and your diaphragm, your lower belly will fall, and as you breathe in, you'll rise. Okay, so you can sit comfortably, but try to sit straight and relaxed. And close your eyes if you wish, or if you prefer to keep them open, then just open them slightly and look at the floor. So in the beginning, you can follow my rhythm. Then after that, just go at your own pace, whichever you feel most comfortable with. So let's start by expelling the air. Let your lower belly sink. Then breathing in. And out. Lower belly sinking, contracting. Breathing in through your nose. Lower belly expanding. And out. In. Gently, softly. Out. You shouldn't be able to hear your breath. It's very gentle. In. Out. Just feel your lower belly rising and falling with each in-breath and out-breath. In. And out. In. Out. Go at your own pace now. Try to keep your breath gentle, slow, and long. See if you can put your tongue at the tip, at the roof of your mouth, the tip just behind your front teeth. If your mind wanders off, that's all right. When you notice, then just come back to feeling your breath again. Gently in and gently out. Allow yourself to relax into your breath. Your breath shouldn't be forced. It should be relaxed and gentle. Gently in and gently out. Let's do one more cycle and then breathe normally again. So as you all know, awareness of the breath is a very important foundation for meditation and mindfulness. But it's not only that, because the benefits, physical, emotional and mental benefits go further than that. And there is now quite a lot of scientific evidence for that. It helps with anxiety. If you learn to breathe correctly, it helps with anxiety. It improves your body's immune system. And learning the correct kind of breathing techniques was developed by a Russian called Butekyo. I hope you can pronounce his name correctly. You can actually alleviate or help with your asthma, if any of you have asthma. Butekyo, you should check him out. He teaches people with asthma how to breathe, and then they can actually live a more normal life. So the breath, what is very interesting is that even a long time ago, the spiritual practice that people used to do really brought the breath to a very common rate of breathing, which is about 5.5 seconds per in-breath and out-breath. So if you work that out, that's basically about 5.5 seconds, 5.5 breaths, 5.5 breaths per minute. But we shouldn't be too tight about that. If you're 1 or 2 seconds, 1 second each way or a little bit more, that's okay. So roughly we're talking about 6 breaths a minute. And that is actually a trainable skill. As we get older, our lung capacity drops if we don't train it. So if we train ourselves to breathe properly, we can actually slow down this process or keep our lung capacity. And the way to do it is these breathing exercises. So if you are Buddhist, and the Tibetans actually have this very good mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum, and you say it, or if you just recite it silently, it takes saying the whole thing takes about 5-6 seconds. Breathing in, and then 5-6 seconds breathing out. So if you just use this mantra with your breath, you're basically doing the optimal kind of rate of breathing. So I'd like to introduce another exercise, different movement. And in this movement, we're still using our lower belly to breathe, although you may not feel it as much because we'll be moving our arms. So as you breathe in, your hands will go up to the ceiling, and your fingers point to the ceiling. That's your end of your in-breath. And as you breathe out, they'll sink down. So let's try that. Again, you can close your eyes, let your shoulders relax. Try not to tense anything. This is basically helping us relax. So allow your arms to relax, your shoulders to relax. And let's start by breathing out first, through our nose, then breathing in, letting your arms and hands float up to the ceiling, then breathing out, sink down, in, and out, gently, really, now. In, In. Out. In. Out. Now just go at your own pace. You can use the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum if you want. Remember, allow yourself to breathe gently and also slowly. Okay, let's do one more cycle. And back to breathing normally again. I hope you'll notice that after we do these breathing exercises, you are probably not breathing as fast as you normally do. Your breath has become more relaxed. And actually that is one very important property of our breathing, because as we breathe slowly, and very important, using our diaphragm, our lower belly to breathe, it stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the one half of the nervous system that tells us that we can relax, that sends a signal for us to relax, slows our heart rate down, slows our blood and everything. So this is called a relaxation response. So when we breathe slowly with our lower belly, that stimulates the relaxation response. Now, if you want to wake up and get ready for some action, then you start breathing faster. You can try this later. When you do this for a short time, you will notice that your whole body kind of wakes up and you have energy. And using the breath that way actually stimulates what they call a sympathetic nervous system, which is the stress response, which gets you ready for action, to fight, to run. So that's why our breath is very important in many ways, and especially nowadays when we have this virus that is basically attacking our lungs. So if we know how to develop our lung capacity, hopefully we'll be better able to cope with this virus. And also for those of you who do yoga, when yoga first came about a long time ago in India, it was mainly about the breath. There wasn't so many different postures, not moving around so much. A lot of it was just like being still and just breathing. But nowadays, modern yoga is all about doing different poses and postures. But traditionally, it was really just about the breath. So you can see, even hundreds of years ago, the ancient people, those people who had with ancient wisdom, recognize how important the breath is. This next one will really help to expand your lung capacity, and most of these exercises I'm showing you were taught by Zen Master Song San. So this one's just a little bit more involved, but I hope you can see most of my body. First, put your palms together and bring them down to the level of your lower belly. So it's right down here. Then just breathe out. Then as you bring your palms up above your head, that's breathing in. So that's the in-breath. Then as you finish your in-breath, open your palms facing forward, and then breathing out, trace a big circle. Completely breathing out. And when you come back down, just finish breathing out and then breathe in again. And out. So you'll be able to tell actually that this actually really does open up your lungs, your chest and your lungs, and you are able to breathe actually very completely, very deeply, very completely. Okay, so let's try it. Palms together, down our lower belly, then just breathe out a little bit, then in. Finish your in-breath, breathing out. Finish breathing out, and then in again. And let your shoulders relax. Try not to tighten them. Again, breathe gently. It's not a competition. Breathe as slow, as fast as you like, but try to relax. Just gentle breaths. There shouldn't be any sound, you shouldn't be able to hear any sound of breathing. It's that light. And if your mind wanders off, which it will do many times, then just come back to your breath again and try not to give yourself a hard time, because your mind wandering is perfectly normal and totally fine. Just keep coming back to your breath, that's all. And remember to breathe through your nose as much as you can. Your tip of your tongue, the top, behind your top of your front teeth, the roof of your mouth. That's the classic way to breathe in yoga and in meditation. Gentle, soft. Let's do one more cycle, then breathe normally. with your hands on your knees. Just check in to see how you feel now after having done almost like 25 minutes of breath exercises. For me, I feel much more relaxed and grounded. And some of you may experience some warmth in your hands, your palms of your hands, or at your lower belly. And that's also nothing to be worried about. It's just, we say, some energy flowing, qi. So, there are many breath techniques. The ones I'm showing you tonight are really to help us relax. And if you experience anxiety at times, you can try what we did last week. I showed you last week, so check our video last week, which is called square breathing. And this involves, you can look at a tile on your floor, a square tile, and breathe in, count to 4, like in, 2, 3, 4, then hold your breath for 4 counts, hold, 2, 3, 4, then breathe out for 4 counts, out, 2, 3, 4, then hold, 2, 3, 4. So it's in, hold, out, hold, 4 counts each time. And when you do this kind of very rhythmic breathing, it again signals to your body through your parasympathetic nervous system to relax. Then your anxiety should decrease. So you can try this whenever you feel some anxiety coming on. Especially nowadays, there's a lot of things that we are anxious about. So these exercises, the breathing exercises, maybe some people wonder why we're doing this slowly. One analogy is like rowing. Okay. Now you can row very short strokes and fast. Okay. Or you can row long strokes. But it will still get you there. And if you look at all these Olympic competition rowing, they're actually very long strokes. They do the whole length of their stroke. Short strokes will also get you there, but it's less efficient and you use up a lot of energy. So that's kind of a similar thing to why we're breathing slowly and more gently. It actually allows our body to absorb more oxygen, more efficient. So I hope you try that. You can try 5 minutes a day, if you have time, 10 minutes a day. Or even if you're sitting in a bus, sitting in the underground, you can just put your hand at your lower belly and just slow your breath down until you get to wherever you want to get off. So I hope you try that and see how it goes. I'm sure you'll find the benefits are really worth your time that you put in. So thank you for joining us tonight. We will continue this breath work. I think it's very, very helpful for all of us to do. We'll continue next week, and I hope you will join us. In the meantime, please do stay safe and healthy, and see you again.